Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Eric. In this video, we got this 2023 Ford Escape with the new refresh front end, redesigned front end on it. In this video, we're going to be going over how to do a bulkhead paint protection film installation on it. So hope you guys enjoy this video. Okay, so we got the PPF. It's been laid out onto the hood. Now what I'm going to do, take my tack solution, my hot water tack solution, and I'm going to tack it down to the fender. So all I'm doing right now is just spraying the back of the adhesive and then spraying the actual fender itself. Trying not to get any onto the actual hood. I want to be able to keep the PPF floating freely on the hood. Now we're going to go over to the driver's side or the passenger side corner. We're going to do the exact same thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to give the PPF a little bit of tension from end to end. So I'm going to take our tack solution, hold that there, squeegee that down. There we go, that's good. Now, what we want to do is we want to take and we want to stretch out the front of the hood. So you can see we got these fingers right across the front of the hood and along the side there. Those fingers, we want to get rid of them. So what we're going to do is we're going to stretch the PPF out and we're going to tack it down here to the bumper. So just getting down on one knee here. I'm just going to take and squeegee off any of the slip solution that was there. Now I'm just going to take and stretch the film just enough that the PPF is laying down flat across those edges. Then I'm just going to take and hold it there. Just like so. Okay, that's good. Now we're going to tack down driver's side. As you can see across the hood, the PPF is starting to want to come together and crease itself because we've got it tacked down on the back corners and then only on the front corner. But as I stretch out the driver's side, you can see how everything starts to lay down nice and flat. So, like I did on the passenger side, I'm just going to take, squeegee out slip solution. Get my hot water tack solution there. And now I'm stretching and keeping an eye on the PPF along the edges, just because I want the PPF to lay down flat. And just going to hold that there. Just want to make sure I got a good tack. All right, there we go. That's good. Now when I look across the hood, you can see all this air that's built up over here. What I need to do is that all is just going to get massaged right out. So I have a bunch of slip solution underneath the film. What I'm going to do now before I start going is I'm actually going to take and trim off the majority of this excess PPF here in the back. So I'm leaving myself probably an inch or two. That way I can wrap PPF around the edge. There we go. Now, the biggest areas of concern when you're installing PPF on a hood like this, obviously, yeah, you've got your valleys over here, but most of the time it's going to be right along these front edges, because this is where you could potentially have fingers peeling back. Since I have the PPF down, I'm going to take and squeegee down across the front edge, and we're going to get that set into place first. And all of our solution, we're actually going to push it out the back of the hood. So we're going to come along right over here. I am going to take and cut off some of this excess PPF. I could have probably gotten away with using a 48-inch wide piece of film instead of a 60, but I had some 60-inch film lying around that I figured let's use it up. Situation like this where I have a very mild finger, just spraying my tack solution underneath there, and just going to squeegee that down. And we're going to go right across the front edge of the hood, just like so. Everything's down over here, nice and flat. That's good. Now we're going to start by getting this driver's side section down. So what I want to do is I'm going to use the palm of my hand to get that air out, but as you can see, as soon as I lift up, it just pops up because of that tension. So what I'm going to do is actually get my tack solution in the back here. I'll spray a good generous amount in there, and then I'll take and hold that down. That's starting to want to grab, and that's good. We're going to come over here, we're going to squeegee this ridge down. Got more tack solution there. Now I'm actually going to hold my hand right here as I come across and squeegee everything out. So I'm always making sure I'm overlapping my squeegee strokes. Now, it is probably going to pop up a little bit. Actually, not much. That's pretty good. I thought for sure that's slowly popping up a little bit. All I'm going to do right now is just hold this down with my finger. And we're going to just do this whole process over again. There we go. That is good. Time to peel the PPF back here a bit. Still wanting to pop up here. Hindsight, I could have gotten away with probably a little bit less tension. Otherwise, I wouldn't have be fighting with this. I wouldn't even say this is so much fighting, but you know, I'm always learning. Even when you think you've done it all and you know it all, you're always learning when it comes to paint protection film. Now, you can see this ridge right over here. All I'm going to do, take my hand and I'm going to massage that down. I'm going to take my squeegee along this body line right from the front all the way to the back, squeegee that out. Now, got these minor fingers over here. Just gonna flush out my flush out my slip solution here. Pull that film tight. Now what we can do is we can start the process of squeegeeing everything down in the middle and pushing it back. I'm actually going to take and spray some slip solution on top of the hood because the slip solution is drying up. So just resaturated the PPF. Now overlapping squeegee strokes. We're going to begin squeegeeing everything out the back. We do have a nice big air pocket right here, which I need to massage out. One thing you definitely want to do when you're squeegeeing out the back is definitely want to have good follow through with your squeegee right when you get to the end. You don't want to stop here. You want to finish it off. Now we're going to go over to the passenger side or the driver's side and squeegee that last bit out. There we go. That's good. Now I'm just going to lift the PPF up a little bit here and flush out that slip solution. There we go. All right, so we're going to continue here on the passenger side. Now, if you want to come around a little bit, you can start to see, because of the tension that we have, the film is starting to want to crease itself over this body line. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get this section down first, and we'll save this for last because I don't want to cause any fingers. I want to get these down, and these kind of fingers, this is what causes issues in PPF installs. So I want to get this down and taken care of right now. So we're going to come a little bit forward to the front. We got all of our slip solution here. I'm going to take and try my best to massage these fingers out just with the palm of my hand. There we go. That's good. I'm actually going to hold tension over here on the fender so that this stays flat. We'll come back here to the front. Overlapping squeegee strokes. We're going to run the top of this ridge right here. And we're just going to come along, squeegee that all out the bottom. Now, I have this loose right here for a reason, because we have this finger popping up. I'm actually going to take and pull that finger and get that film to lay down. But before I do that, I want to get some tack solutions behind here. So for tack solution, like I mentioned in the video a bunch of times, you always want to use hot water. Hot water will do the trick, and you don't run the risk of damaging and burning the adhesive. There we go. Now, we do have this bit of PPF that needs to get down. Well, this is the problem when the actual hood is sunken in further than the actual fender. So this, when we actually trim the PPF later, we trim off the excess, that's when we'll be able to get this little bit down. But for now, we got to get everything else down over here. So you can notice that I'm pulling the PPF up over there, and that's fine because that's just down with slip solution. I haven't used any tack solution there. But we'll get that down. We're gonna come right along this ridge right here, squeegee that down, and we'll squeegee everything else down that is in this valley. Now, if I let go, did I put enough tack solution in? Nope. So, we'll do this again. Sucks when this happens, but it happens. There we go, that's holding nicely. Now we're just gonna lift up the back over here. And we're gonna squeegee that down. Oh, pop the film up. There we go. Now we're going to take care of this corner. I'm actually going to have to trim some of the PPF away over here just to take some tension off the film. But there we go. Now the last thing I want to do before we start doing our finishing work is I need to take a rag and dry the hood off. So what I'm doing right now is I'm looking for any left behind contamination. Stuff such as hairs, dust, any kind of contamination. This is the time to be looking for it. As let's say right now I found a piece in the middle of my hood. Now is the best time for me to go and pick that up because the PPF is not set into place yet and the adhesive has not started to bond itself to the vehicle. So perfect time to do that right now. But I'm not seeing anything, so what we're going to do is we're going to get to the finishing work. Okay, so we're done installing the paint protection film on the hood of this Ford Escape. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna let these edges dry out for a couple hours. We're gonna finish off the bumper and the fenders, and we'll come back and wrap those edges later. I have covered that topic many times on this channel, so I won't cover that in this video, but I hope you guys found some value in this video. If you did, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more paint protection film content.